Hello and welcome to the Smart Connections podcast and the Talk the Path podcast. My name is Anna Sanderlin. I am a warm-line facilitator for the University of Memphis Smart Center. The University of Memphis School of Social Work Smart Research, Training, and Treatment Center aims to provide evidence-based interventions for school-based mental health programming, increase access for school-based behavioral health programming in underserved areas, offer training on best practices in telebehavioral health, develop opportunities to research the use of technology in practice, and provide direct services to the state's most vulnerable populations. You can call the Smart Center at 901-678-1636. The University of Memphis Smart Center, in conjunction with the University of Tennessee, Knoxville, and the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services, would like to present the Pathways to Behavioral Health Careers Project. The goals of the Pathways Project are to provide education and information on the various career opportunities in the field of behavioral health through presentations, increase interest in students in the field of behavioral health, provide opportunities for guidance with information regarding college, university programming that result in degrees for professions in the field of behavioral health, connect students with students in behavioral health programs and professionals in the field for further research. This podcast will feature students and professionals in the field to give a clear picture of the daily duties of these roles and how they help support their communities.
My name is Meghan Gray, and I am currently employed with Youth Villages, and with them, my role is a transitional specialist. And what I do is I go out into the community and assist youth that are aging out of DCS custody. So the youth that are 18, they're either coming out of a foster home or out of facilities. And we assist them with identifying life skills that they may need assistance with increasing their knowledge on. So as far as applying for jobs, applying for college, bank accounts, learning how to look at their credit and how to read their credit, things of that aspect. As far as like transportation, different resources that they have that are available out in the community for them. And I actually came from a residential facility is where I started. And then I transitioned into my role. So I've been assisting young people for about 6 years now with Youth Villages. And I really, really enjoy what I do. So it's just a little bit of my background and where I come from and what I'm currently doing.
Well, Ms. Gray, that sounds like such a rewarding position. I'm actually familiar with Youth Villages, so I know how beneficial that your role is to the kids.
Yes.
So, very commendable.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So where did you get your educational background? Like what institution did you go to?
So I actually attended Lane College and I actually went there and got a degree in criminal justice because originally I did want to be a lawyer. I wanted to be the one out there fighting crime and prosecuting and getting people. And then I got into actually going into the courtroom. Mm-hmm. And I found out I was a little too emotional for the things that were going on in the courtroom. So I tried a different aspect. And my mom actually owned a daycare. So I was always around kids. So I was like, I like kids. I like being around them. I love working with them. So I went into the field of actually working in the mental health and behavioral center, which is the residential center, the role center with Youth Villages is where I originally started. And there I was able to learn a lot of patience because you are dealing with a lot of babies and you do have young adults up until the age of 17 that are housed in the facility. And of course, like I said, they're dealing with mental issues, behavior issues, but being able to be there and be that support for them, that was a lot that I've learned from school. As far as like being in the criminal justice aspect or being in the criminal justice field is listening, being able to pay attention and being able to catch on to those keywords and those key things that the youth are telling you and being able to implement that in the things that you want them to learn or the things that you're trying to get them to understand or increase their knowledge on.
Thank you for sharing that. I think the fact that you were able to have such self-awareness in those situations, it's really difficult to be able to determine if we can deal with or handle a situation until we're literally in it. And I feel like that happens often in mental health or working with children, or just even like you said, in the courtroom setting, you don't really know how intense things can get until you're in that situation. So that really does take a lot of self-awareness to be able to remove yourself from that. And you kind of spoke on this briefly anyway. So it ties into my next question of, did you always know that you wanted to work with children?
Yes, I did. I know I wanted to work with children. Even when I wanted to go into the criminal justice field, I always wanted to go to the juvenile courts because I feel like we have to start at the young age. This is when they're the most impressionable, where they're learning these skills and learning this knowledge and unfortunately learning some inappropriate behaviors. So I feel like starting there when they're younger and actually helping them to improve these skills and identify those behaviors and ways to like safety plan or to improve those behaviors is really important. So yes, I definitely always knew that I wanted to work with children.
And I'm sort of the same way. I'm similar. I also want to work with children. So that's why I also work at Youth Villages, getting that experience. So to hear about your position is really intriguing to me, since I'll be graduating from U of M soon. But for my next question, if you could go back in time, would you have taken a different path and why?
Yes, I would have taken a different path. And the reason I would have taken a different path is I would have gone straight into social work and behavior studies. I would have gone straight into increasing my knowledge on how to, build those resources and to assist the kids with getting that knowledge and pretty much problem solving those behavior issues that they have. I would have begun there. So that way I could have started a little earlier than what I did. Because I feel like I would have been a lot further if I would have started a lot earlier than where I am. Even though I have gone far, which is a great thing. But I could have, been a little bit further in my career path. But that would be the only reason I would change it, is that I could have that knowledge.
Well, it sounds like you have the experience.
Yes.
That's what I was about to
say. A lot of hands-on experience.
Yes.
That's good. And that's definitely needed in this field. And like you already said, the only reason you would have gone back is to just have that education. And I feel like it's always a personal decision whether we want to stick with something or try to attempt something else. And even the fact that you were, again, going back to what we started with, you were able to determine like, okay, this is not the atmosphere that I want to be in, so let me try something else. Some people will get stuck doing things that they don't want to do or that they're uncomfortable with, and then your career becomes like a job. It becomes a dreadful thing. It becomes just a time-consuming thing that you're ready to just be over with. So again, the fact that you're able to do something that you're passionate about, like your accomplishments have just surpassed being able to just have a job. You're able to be passionate about something and you're pouring into children's lives, and you're definitely making a difference, especially with preparing them to go into the world. With Youth Villages, many children have different mental health issues. They have different substance issues. It's just a lot of things that community comes from. So the fact that you're able to prepare them into going back into the world and to just have job readiness skills and to just be prepared to be an adult, those are skills that many people aren't able to teach or even assist with. So thank you for just being a part of youth being able to just be self-sufficient and independent and going back into the world. So for people who are interested in doing something similar to what you're doing, or even for people who are interested in Youth Villages, is there anything that you would suggest to our viewers to do as far as taking a certain career path, or is there any advice that you would give for people that are wanting to get into working with children?
Yes. The main advice that I would give is patience, and to also be self-aware of your own mental health. Coming into this field, you have to make sure that you engage in a lot of self-care and that you're aware of, like I said, your level of patience, your level of anxiety, different aspects, and being able to recognize that within yourself and being able to teach that, or how you control that, or how you pour into yourself and have that self-care for yourself in those aspects to the kids. Because I feel like if you're a wreck, if you're all over the place, then you're not a really good assistance to the kids. So you have to, like I said, make sure that your mental health is intact. And as well as, it's very rewarding. in what I do. That would be the main thing that I would say to people as far as pushing them towards this career path, is that seeing these kids achieve these goals and learn these new skills is very rewarding. And I love just being able to be the one to assist them and saying, hey, you actually made it. You're making a difference. It's just a great feeling. So just being able to, be that helping hand to others would be the most beneficial part of this career path.
I have a personal question.
Okay.
So I know with youth villages, you take on most of the kids' trauma because you care so much and you experience compassion fatigue and burnout. So how do you implement self-care into your everyday life?
I'm a big outdoorsy girl. So anytime I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed or, I just need a breather, I'm outside. I go fishing and I read. Reading.
Oh, you read?
Yes. Oh, I love to read. I read all the time. Reading is very beneficial because not only are you increasing your knowledge, but it's kind of like a getaway. Like you can just get away into what you're actually reading, and it gives you a mental break of what's going on in your actual world. So, like I said, just being outside, fishing, engaging in a little bit of that, and reading are my top things.
Okay. Do you have any sorry, I have one more personal question. Do you have any boundaries set in the workplace?
Yes, I do. I'm still working on it, to be honest with you, because I have a big old heart and I love my baby. So sometimes it's kind of hard to set those boundaries because it's like I want to be there for everything and support you in everything that I can. So, like I said, I'm working on it. I struggle with just a little bit, but I do cut them off on the weekends. That's about it. I take
good. See?
to myself.
There you go.
So I do set some boundaries, but like I said, I'm passionate about what I do and I love what I do. So in some aspects where people feel as if I should set boundaries, it's like, no, this is like what I want to do. Like,
I know. It's so hard. It's so difficult. Like they need me. Especially little kids.
So let me be there. So yes, I'm still working on it, but I said a little bit here and there.
Okay, good. One step at a time.
Right.
Yeah. Definitely. That sounds beautiful. The work that you're doing is beautiful and definitely life-changing. I know that once those children reach adulthood, when they think of the person that was able to be a pillar and an example for them and just making those strides to live a different lifestyle, you're definitely going to come to mind for them. Thank you so much for joining us today and taking time out of your day to meet with us. We really appreciate it. And I'm pretty sure that we may have some other people from youth villages for some different programs that you all may have. But thank you so much for coming out personally.
Yes, thank y'all for inviting me.
Thank you so much for tuning in to listen to our podcast, brought to you by the Smart Connections podcast from the Smart Center at the University of Memphis, as well as the Pathways to Behavioral Health Careers Project. If you or anyone you know needs any information from the Smart Center, please contact us at 901-678-1636 or email us at smartcenter@memphis.edu. You can also learn more about us at our website, memphis.edu/smartcenter.